Why can't you drop Rush Marine down in the water and then jump into it? Everything I say is based on my own opinions and experience. I'm not speaking for the public, and my feedback should be treated as such. You are watching Nico Evaluates. With 25 years of experience on Mega Man games, 7 years of doing the No Miss Buster Only challenge, and countless Snupster Races, as well as being the QA tester for Mega Man Unlimited, I'm here to tell you my honest opinion on different Mega Man games, so sit tight and learn. Hello people and welcome back to Nico Evaluates Mega Man 3. Sure, GEMINI man, got 2 left, so we are gonna go for bolds on this before heading to the dark stages. GEMINI man stage is one of those that I think the beginning of it drags on for a bit too long. It's extremely long, and it will become tiring as you're trying to do this, especially in a no-miss, but normally as well, and sometimes these penguins' eggs will ding your shots. So that's an annoying bug. Same deal then with the Pigman Bull enemies. Yeah, I'm not sure if we can make that happen here, or if you're just gonna have to take my word for it. Let's see if we manage to showcase it. But just to let you know that that's a thing. So, the enemies that have been put here together cause lag again, and Mega Man 3 is known for its lag, and this part doesn't do the game justice in that regard. I like the enemies. I like what they do. The penguins, though, I think they take a bit too many hits. But this other enemy type here I do like. It's easy to predict what they're gonna do, and it's fun to learn them. Again, the stage is not holding your hand here. So basically the first enemy is so high up, you can't even reach it to kill it. That's basically your introduction to that enemy, in a sense. You have to see its full pattern, so it's done well in that regard. You can't kill it unless you're using other weapons, but with the Buster, there's no way. I think the beginning here is not bad, but again, to prove a point of bad weapons, the snakes, they just go around platforms. They're not that effective against anything really. I don't know why you would ever use this weapon. There are, again, a couple of situations where you would, but for the most part, if you just want to play for fun, the Surge Snake, the snakes are not something you would use for fun. Definitely not. It's a mediocre weapon that really doesn't do much. Same for Top Spin. And it's gone. We didn't do anything, well, almost gone. Now it's gone. And we still died, because it is, as well, a situational weapon. The weapons in Mega Man 3, they're just all pretty bad. And you just have to know where they would come in handy. You can't just go and use them on anything you want, because most of the time you'll find that the weapons actually just ricochet off. Rarely do they work on stuff you want them to work on. So it kind of has the same problems than in Mega Man 2. The weapons are more fun than in Mega Man 2. They are, they have been improved in the sense of how fun it is to use them. It's more fun to use them, but they still suffer because the weapons are not good, and the damage charts for different enemies have not been thought out well. It's another case of let's just use the weapons on the bosses and let's not use them on stages. That was Capcom's mindset until Mega Man 4, where they really understood the importance of using the weapons in the stages as well. So here, here's Proto Man again helping us, breaking this obstacle so we can go fight GEMINI man. That's the only reason he appears, and if we skip that, we can make a glitch happen. If we skip that animation by sliding, then we can... that gets rid of the music, and some of the enemies are glitched. So, another thing they didn't test for. or didn't know how to avoid that, but one thing they could have done is move the pit so far that you couldn't slide and skip that part. I'm gonna showcase that, but let's first beat the stage. I love these. They're so fun. Always as a kid like these parts, and they're slow enough, you can deal with them. And you have full control, you can take out these bubbles at your own pace and then get rid of the little fish tadpoles. Here we got the same deal than in Snake Man stage. These blocks never came back. I'm not sure what the decision was to add them, but they took it away after this one. I think this part of the stage is really fun. This jump here without rush coil is a bit tedious, but you always have rush coil, so there's no excuse. So I just wouldn't have done it this way. You can make that, as you can see, but they just wanted you to use rush coil there, is my bet. Weird animations sometimes. These familiar enemies again, good introduction. A lot of room. And we got ourselves a mini-boss, you have to hit it in the eyes. There's no animation when the little penguins come out, so you just have to pay attention. We're allowed some animation, either close the eyes just before they come out, or make the beak do something. But there's no animation, so that's why... Look at that pattern, it's so erratic. Man. I've never seen this before. There's literally no time to attack. So it seems like it's random, and then sometimes he just starts spamming you. You can skip him by taking damage. So it's not forcing you to battle him. It seems like if you wait for a while, he starts to fully spam you. I don't like that. Why does he suddenly do this? Why can't you just keep doing a pattern? This is bullshit. Quite frankly, that's dumb. Why punish you for being too slow? That should not be a punishment. I wonder if this one does the same thing. Or if that's a glitch. We're gonna find that out. That's one, that's two, that's one, 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 one. So this guy does the same thing, but the, no? There he paused. There we go. No, that's random. So the first one is glitched? I never knew. Or I'm just having weird luck. But in any case, it should not do that. That's too hard. There we go. That was strange. So, luckily, it's a good design here. You can get some energy after those mini-bosses. I like that design. And one of your only uses for Rush Marine comes in handy here if you have it. And you can jump up to these blocks here. And use it up here, which I always found funny. You can do the whole section with Rush Marine up here. It's hilarious. I like that for some reason, even though that doesn't make any sense, but it's a fun design for some reason. I just like doing that. It's extremely fun to do this. You can't move when you're up here, but you can jump. This section I find really fun. It really suits the level, but I don't like how fast the little fish come from the right side. You saw there at the beginning. If you use Rush Marine, it's almost impossible to dodge him. The first one at least. So they're a bit too fast. But other than that, I think it's a really cool, cool section. But again, with the lag, we all know that there's lag. So we just have to understand that that's a thing. So the gate is here. This big eye variation is just poorly placed, because you have to kill it from here. I think you can make that jump, but... No, look at that hitbox, that's garbage. How does that hit us? Yeah, you can make it, but I don't like the positioning here. There's too little room to battle it, so most people are just gonna shoot it through the wall. So let's go check the glitch. So you can do this section no miss, but it is hard. One of the hardest things you can do in a no miss challenge. Because of the penguins, they just, like, look at this. You have to space out your shots, and in addition, watch these guys in the sky, watch the egg. It's ridiculously difficult. Like there, it's so easy to miss. Took me a great while to do it. Of course, these games are not meant to be played that way. but it highlights the possible problems in the games when you do that challenge. You realize all kinds of stuff when you do that. That should not be a thing. So let's do the glitch here. So you can just jump over that and the music keeps playing for Proto Man and then it just stops. So the only thing that breaks here are the mini-bosses, I believe. There's also a bug here. You can glitch through those tadpoles if you get hurt at the same time, then you're trying to go past them. All kinds of positional glitches have always existed in Mega Man games, so it's not a surprise. Sometimes the game doesn't know where to put you. And these glitches really started to surface more when people started speedrunning the games. And these really weren't known back in the 90s. So that's the mini-boss now, after the glitch. You can still kill it, and there's no problem with that. So that's if you wanna know where the eyes are, you might not wanna use that glitch. But it does save time if you're going for a speedrun, and if glitches are allowed. But the music is gone. So you can, so you have to use Rush Coil here, which I find strange. So the game forces you to use Rush Coil 2 times in the Robot Master stages. That's just something it does. Here's a good tip, don't have to go down there, just use Rush Coil to get that 1-up. Same here for the E-Tank. Sometimes it's hard to align yourself because of the lag. I would also argue that this part using Rush Marine, not that good. And you can't, I don't understand why you can't use Rush Marine here. You have to be on the same plane, so you have to be in water already. Why can't you drop Rush Marine down in the water and then jump into it? Why doesn't that work? That should have definitely been a thing. So what if we try to be creative here? So, a bit glitchy. So, the weapons just, they're not good. So if you try to Spark Shock this, does it work? It does work, one of the few uses for Spark Shock, but why would you use that when you can kill that guy with the Buster and get a possible item? There's no sense doing that. Gemini Man, there's a glitch that occurs sometimes. I think it has to do with killing him too fast, or killing him in a certain way, where the other Gemini Man will disappear, and then when you kill the other, it's just like nothing's going on. I'll put it in the mini screen there, so you can see the glitch in action. It's a weird one, happens rarely, but I've been able to catch that. It's really strange. It can happen in the revisit stages as well. I've seen it happen in both. Apparently you can also get stuck in the revisit stages after killing certain robot masters. So this game really is littered with glitches. They are all pretty rare, but they are there, so might wanna be, well, I can't even tell you to be careful, there's nothing you can do about that. So this is the basic thing you're supposed to do. The game makes you wanna do this fight in a certain way. There's not a lot of things you can do on this state, but do what I just did, which is this. There's pretty much nothing else you can do. If you start to spam, then you're in trouble. And whenever you shoot, he jumps. That's good. Thing is that sometimes he can turn randomly like that, but other times he just goes from left to right. So when he shoots, he apparently turns. That's a bullshit move in my opinion. He should not turn so fast and fire the Gemini laser on your fucking face that fast. There's nothing you can do about that. If you are too close anyway. So, practically you just want to do this. The second form, yeah, sometimes you just get hit because of the lag. But the second form, and I just don't know about this one. It's too heavily scripted. There's a, yeah, like look at this, you can just keep doing this and kill him. But whenever he shoots, he turns and fires, that's bad. He should not turn so fast, nobody's gonna see that coming. But Gemini Man is just one of those things. It's a cool design, but the fight is mediocre at best. I'm not a fan, but I do enjoy the stage. But the boss should not be done this way. Like the idea, but there are better ways to do a double boss like this. This boss had huge potential, but too bad they squandered it. And you can see again, if you look at my controller, my shots just don't come out sometimes. Like 5 times already in this battle, they have not come out. So, GEMINI man, the GEMINI laser creates humongous lag. It's incredibly laggy. I like the idea. GEMINI laser is probably the coolest weapon in the game, but the lag that it introduces is just horrible. And there are certain ways to improve GEMINI man, make better patterns. This is just lousy. It just is one of those robot masters that you want to spam to death pretty fast. Otherwise you're just gonna be in lag hell. Imagine if this was full speed. This would be amazingly difficult. Oh god. Ooh, probably like 20 FPS here. But it's not too bad. It's just not good either. It's not one of the better bosses in the game, definitely not. Even though the other bosses are probably more simplistic. GEMINI man was not thought out well, his patterns are not good. And you just want to get rid of him fast, because of the way the fight is. Okay, time for Magnet Man. It's definitely, I think, one of the better stages in the game. Or at least more fun. I love these guys, the little magnets that carry you. In fan games, people often made you go up and down when pressing up and down faster. Because look at this, you can definitely steer yourself. If you press up, you go up, and down, you go down. But it's not fast enough. It should definitely be faster than this. That's why fan games decided to fix this issue. I agree, it is too slow. But that's something you can do if you need it. But if you jump... so that's one of the problems that they come with. If they grab you from too high up, you'll just end up colliding into them. Look at the damage they do, that is ridiculous. That's like 5 hits and you're dead. So if you... I'm gonna showcase that. So if you jump up to them like this, you're just gonna get damaged. Because they grapple you from a certain distance, and if you're too high up, you're just gonna get damaged. But I love the way you can just get carried by these. It's absolutely fantastic. Love the sprite as well, it's fun. And the magnet going up and down, a really fun section in my opinion. And the first one teaches you in a way where you can't drop down a pit. So you start here and the first one comes on the screen, you can't even get hurt, because you can't jump high enough to get hurt unless you're using coil. So it's a good teaching element there. We got some new weapons though, GEMINI laser. Can't really show it here unless we do that, which is kinda cool. So GEMINI laser is my favorite weapon from the game. It's a shame it takes 2 points to fire it, so that's a bit... Would have rather made it use 1, it's such a cool weapon. Another
Breakman.
Proto Man here. Nothing to say that we haven't already said. Uh-oh, introduction is kinda bad, but it is possible. Kinda weird how you just drop into that room and suddenly there's a huge ass motherfucker. But it's a fun enemy, I like it. If you get too close to it, he'll do that. Which is amusing. So you can just, if you just get close enough, he'll do that to warn you. Get away from me. And that's your clue, to maybe keep your distance. I don't know how I shot it there. He probably did the thing. But I like that enemy. This is a bit of a bullshit room down here. Makes you wanna hurry, and then when you hurry, you'll definitely get hit. But if you just wait, you can just trap them there and go past them. But most people are gonna drop down from this ladder and... Holy shit! So it's a bit of a... Fuck. Some tweaks could have been made there. Same here. I don't like how the stage makes you rush like this. But... Lag again. But it does introduce you to this fan that sucks you in. For the most part it works pretty good. but with the sliding it's sometimes a bit jaggy. But I think it works okay. It's a good introduction, you can't die. It's well done. Later on they will add those to the Yoku block sections. It's a fun energy grab because you can see it before you let go of the ladder. So here, you got some Yoku blocks again. Don't like them, never did. But for those who like these, you got yourself three rooms worth of these. The fan placed solely to give you challenge. It's a good placement there. So is this one. You don't even have to go to the right side. You can just wait on this block here. And it's easier, so it's not too hard. This one doesn't even pose a challenge. You don't have to jump on that one down there. But if you did, you would of course be in trouble. So I like those. And here you can see what items you could be getting if you went down. So that's good. It's just not something that... I would have probably added an E-tank here. Add some spikes and add some challenge on that part. There's nothing there. You just have to repeat this part again. So this guy placed like ass again. The last time we saw this enemy, it was placed so you could just skip it, and now it's placed like, hey, fuck you, go here. It starts shooting you. There's 2 blocks to avoid him. 2 fucking blocks. So when you try to shoot him, he'll shoot you, and when you try to dodge him, there's really no room. It's such a bad design. Whenever you place enemies like this, think about the surroundings and really test your game before you add them in. This looks like something they never tested. Such a bad design. Like, put it here. Even this would have been better. Why here? It's hard to reach. I've never gone down here. Let's go down here. So you have to commit when you go down the ladder ends. That's fine. You could rush jet past this, I think. But we have weapons, so maybe the game wants us to use weapons? Oh shit. Oh! Doesn't die in 1 hit! Oh my god. Well, how many hits does it take? 2 hits? Why not 1? If you're wondering about the sound, in the background, that's rain. Hard Knuckle, really not good because you'll pause when you use it, so you'll take a hit regardless. It does kill it in 1 hit, like it's pretty much how I would do it. There we go, it is possible to do that. So Hard Knuckle, probably our best option, unless we can find a better one. Top Spin, yeah, probably would not... Okay, Top Spin works. Another one of those rare situations where Top Spin could come in handy, but then again, why not just use the Buster? You're getting so close anyway. Search Snake could possibly be okay. That's pretty good. So, like, all of the weapons are awkward to use. That's one lesson you'll learn here. And you'll never want to spark it, because then you can't pause and you can't do anything. You just have to wait. Shadow Blade? Nice. Does it deal does it kill it in 1 hit? That's pretty nice, I never knew that. So again, the Metal Blade variant is the best weapon pretty much, which is kinda sad. They repeated the same mistake, so to speak anyway. Again, I would think that Hard Knuckle kills this enemy in 1 hit. I would have to guess, but it's so slow that the missile is gonna get to you before you can... No! 2... 3, 4, okay, 4 hits with the Hard Knuckle. That's ridiculously bad. Hard Knuckle is supposed to be the strong weapon because it's so slow. 2 hits with the Gemini laser, that's acceptable, but pretty much all of the weapons are just garbage. Needle Cannon is like the Buster, maybe it kills it faster. Not really. So, the weapons are pretty bad. Magnet Man, it's okay. He always does the same kind of jumps. So why didn't they do this for Shadow Man? Magnet Man has fixed jumps, whereas Shadow Man has random jumps, so why didn't they do exactly what they did with Magnet Man here? Make Shadow Man's jumps fixed, so he always does the same thing. So this showcases the fact that they could have done it, but they didn't. So Magnet Man is essentially like an easy Shadow Man, if you want to think about it that way. Needle does 1 damage. So when he's sucking, you can cancel that by getting hit, like this. Good for speedrunners, of course. The pattern is pretty good, I like Magnet Man. Hell of a lot better than Shadow Man, anyway. Again, a bit too simplistic, maybe. But there's some challenge to be had, I just don't know why he takes 2 damage. One of those things that I never understand. He's not too hard, so why take 2 damage? Maybe the fight would be too long, because he's so simplistic. And my shot didn't come out. But it's okay. I mean, not the shot thing, the boss is okay. None of them are that great, but I do like Needle Man. I think it's might be the best boss. Okay, Magnet Man, simple. If our shots come out, we can finish him. There we go. As the rain pours down in the background here, if you agreed on what I said, leave a like. If you disagreed, leave a dislike. And catch you next time. Ow.